everybody, and welcome back to ContinueQuest. My name's Paul.
My name is Nick.
My name is Dominic, and that's my job, dude.
Oh shit, I forgot you did that.
How dare you? How dare you?
We're back with Super Mario RPG, and the chain of command has been destroyed.
Yes, and well, I've, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and say I concede. You may have the duty.
You gave it up to him. That's nice.
I just wanted you to know. Piss me off.
This is like a gentleman's end. It's like the end of the Civil War where Lee was like, I concede. I concede after a hard-fought, bloodiest battle of all time.
Yeah.
I concede.
Oh, man, the Civil War is so crazy.
We were not invading mongrels. We were brothers.
We just spent the last hour talking about The Hateful Eight. I loved it.
Me too.
I think we all loved it.
It was a very good movie, yeah.
Did you love it, Paul?
I liked it a lot.
You liked it a lot.
I have to watch it again because I liked it a lot. I feel like I do this with every Quentin Tarantino movie. I like them as soon as I see them, and then I need to see them again in order to see if I love them.
Gotcha.
But there's a bar for a Tarantino movie that is far higher than any other director for me, pretty much. Almost every other director.
I just did that with Jackie Brown. I saw Jackie Brown for the second time like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I loved it.
It's so good. It's all his movies. There's not a bad one in the bunch.
Yeah.
Not even Death Proof. I like Death Proof.
No, Death Proof is fun. I like Death Proof a lot.
I'm looking forward to watching it again.
Death Proof is hard because coming right off of Planet Terror, it's a little. It's the slowness of it is very apparent.
Yeah.
But it's the slowness in terms of like a Tarantino movie compared to like a laugh out loud slapstick horror movie.
That's what makes a Tarantino movie, though, is that it has a shit ton of negative space just talking. So when you do get those moments of insane action and over the top like blood and gore, it's hilarious and it's shocking, and it's all been worth it because you have these characters that you've like fallen in love with or gotten to really know really well through all that time. Anyone who says a Quentin Tarantino movie has too much talking is insane and is an idiot.
Well, it's a part of him.
Yeah.
It's definitely like him talking, like the beginning of Jackie Brown when they're watching the. I guess it's not the beginning, but early on in the film when they're watching the VHS of all the guns.
Yeah.
And he's talking about how they actually advertise that it's the #1 gun used in American crime.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's I love this character.
Yeah. What's going on here? Catch me up.
So we're in Monster Town, and you talk to this turtle, and his name is Jinx. You think his name is Jinx. You think that you're talking to the turtle. No, it's already happened. It's already unfolded.
Is this a turtle? That's the turtle
no,
right
the
there?
turtle up top. Right?
Okay.
You think you're talking to the turtle,
but
right?
you're talking to this little
You're actually talking to this guy who's in the corner, and you're like, this turtle is the sensei master guy? Turns out this little dude is.
Dude, Ra's al Ghul?
Yeah, man. I'm going to go save.
And his name's Jagger, the other guy?
Yeah.
Like Mick Jagger?
Maybe like Jaeger?
Jaeger? Like a hunter?
Maybe.
Mario? Forgot about Mario.
Mario?
For a second.
I always thought he was like a little pepper, but I guess he's just like a little guy with a cape.
I thought he was like a
beetle.
flea or something, you know?
I look at him and I see like a little beetle or something with a mohawk. Oh, so you're gonna fight him now?
Yeah, so I think you have to fight him 3 times.
Oh, fuck, he pummeled Bowser. Jesus. You got some sleepy time tea you're gonna use?
I just got to keep on healing.
So
I think you have to fight him 3 times. I remember it being very hard.
Oh, really? Okay, so is this the guy you were talking about? You guys were saying that we're not too close to the end. We have to fight a ranger guy still?
Yeah, so there will be some rangers coming up, but the secret boss is in this town, but you can't fight him until later, I believe.
Oh, okay.
But the secret boss, I don't think it gives you anything. It's just kind of fun.
Oh, okay.
Or it's supposed to be fun.
I think you get something from it, but I think by the time you get to it, you're already like, I already have everything.
Yeah.
Right. He's, is that the Squaresoft boss?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good old Squaresoft,
Bowser
man.
did.
Remember saying that, being like, oh man, it's a Squaresoft game, so you know it's good.
I know, man. And like Enix was always cool, but like Squaresoft, when they combined, Enix won.
Well, Enix was the much bigger company, right?
I guess so. I don't know.
Because Dragon Warrior it's just wasn't a big deal over here.
Yeah.
Like, we were so familiar with all the Squaresoft games because they were successful in America, whereas Dragon Warrior was like wildly successful in Japan.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas it didn't like, I think Dragon Warrior 8 on PS2 was the first one in a while that like had had a big release, but
Right.
it was nowhere near as big as the release in Japan.
No. That game was fucking great. We talked about that on the Dragon Warrior episode. Like, I played that game not right when it came out, but pretty soon after it, and that game's fantastic. Like,
I watched Sergio play it, my brother. You could go Super Saiyan.
yeah, dude.
Oh, really? That's
yeah,
cool.
Because he does. It's all his designs, all Akira Toriyama. It's all his designs, and yeah, he definitely just made the main character really good.
Oh, that's cool.
I played the slime game that came out on DS sometime
Cool, with
after
the
that.
tanks and shit.
Yeah, it was pretty fun, but it's pretty broken. It's like not hard. The battles are not hard.
No.
It's like similar to Brutal Legend in the sense that cool world, cool characters, but the combat is just not that fun.
Right.
Yeah.
I was thinking about Brutal Legend the other night because Jen was playing Grim Fandango because it came out on PS Plus.
Oh, I
this month.
downloaded it. Yeah.
Yeah, and we were playing it, and I was like, oh man, like the coolest thing about everything
nice.
that guy does is
38.
how many did
After
you get?
all that. I think it was like 5 or 6. Oh, dude, I beat him. Nice.
I think yeah.
But he always creates such cool worlds that are just like so unique, like that fucking Grim Fandango world. Because I'd never played Grim Fandango. I knew about the soundtrack because you always told me it was great, and I'd listened to it. But I'd never really played it before, and I was like playing it. And I was like, this is so fucking cool. A Day of the Dead world, like what an interesting idea. Like who's like, I'll do Day of the Dead as my world.
It's a shame because now that guy is getting a lot of flack on the internet. There's a whole, section of the internet that kind of hates that guy now.
Why?
Tim
What for?
mainly because the Kickstarter stuff, it was just really mismanaged, it seems like. But, I mean, the games he made, the worlds are so cool.
Yeah.
As you said, Psychonauts is like a game. If you play it, you pretty much play the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like it hooks you real in. But that world is so neat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's so cool. And like and there's like within the world, there's so many worlds because you're going into everybody's
I think that's
mind.
what's so engaging about it is that it's such a neat idea executed so well.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's so cool to see everybody's like mentalities and like how everybody has like their different neuroses and how they're represented visually in all these different worlds. It's so cool.
Yeah, I really liked that when we played it on the podcast. It was a lot of fun. Like it was a game I wasn't familiar with at all, so it was cool to like jump in and really explore it.
Yeah, it was like one of those ones that everyone always talked about, and I was like, I gotta check this out, and it was cool. Satchel did that one with us for an episode. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool game. I'd like to revisit that. We were talking before we recorded too. About how we need to play Final Fantasy VII because Dom has never played it.
Yeah, I've never played 7.
Because we were talking about Hateful Eight.
We were talking about Django though.
We were talking about Django.
Talk about everything.
Talking about a lot of shit.
You guys, we should have recorded all of it.
Yeah,
but-
it was a podcast.
Dude, the
Maybe
ketchup
2.
cast.
You know what it was? It was Friendcast.
Friendcast.
And you can download it from my mind, my memories.
In the future, when we get implants that can search back through all of our memories, you'll be able to download that conversation.
I finally
You watched that?
Johnny Mnemonic on the plane.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Did you read it?
That's what
Yeah.
you picked on the
Oh,
plane?
cool. How was
Yeah.
it?
That's funny, man.
It was good. You've read it, right?
I know. I've read a fair amount of Philip K. Dick, but not.
Oh, the book.
It's a Neuromancer guy.
Oh, it's William Gibson.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That is a William Gibson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I haven't read that one. I've
Really?
only read
It's like 14 pages or something.
Oh, really? Okay. I have Neuromancer and I have his short story collection, which I don't think Johnny Mnemonic is in. I don't think it's the one that it's something Chrome.
Burning Chrome, yeah,
Burning
it's
Chrome.
the first one. Well, in the edition I have, it's the first story.
Maybe I have read it. I just didn't realize it was Johnny Mnemonic.
It's super cool.
Is it called Johnny Mnemonic, the story?
Yeah.
I don't think that I read that one. Maybe I did. You know what? Let me go back and look at it. Maybe I read it. It was a while ago that I read that one. I read Burning Chrome.
It's good. It's fun.
Do you know what's a cool story in that one? The one about the guy who's going to the bar and he meets the creature.
I've only read the first story. You don't remember the title?
No, it's like the second or third story.
Okay.
But we could have different editions that have different orders.
Regardless, I'll probably read the whole thing. That was my first Gibson story that I read.
Oh man, you should read Neuromancer. It's really cool. What I like about his work is it's what is he kicking your ass?
He has these moves that drop you down to like 1 health.
Yeah,
Like
we're talking about books and movies over here. Not really.
Nick's
paying
over here
attention.
fighting his ass
Yeah,
off.
Nick is like saving our lives.
Fight for my life here.
Uh,
I thought you were saying you rented Johnny Mnemonic on the plane, and I was like, that's the movie you picked to...
They had
yeah,
that
that
on
would
the
have
plane.
been crazy. Yeah. I remember working at Blockbuster. That movie was always rented out.
That movie's awesome because... Oh, shit. I think I just got distracted. Come
back. I love it. That's the thing.
Come back. The VHS of it was yellow, and the case was clear.
What?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It's like-
When I had worked at Blockbuster, I think we pretty much converted completely over to DVDs at that point. So I didn't get
okay.
to experience that sweet VHS.
I made a hard drive out of it. That's one of my hard
Very
drives.
nice.
You don't use that one.
No, the hard drive inside of it is kind of wonked. I got to swap it out.
Interesting.
Yeah, something that Nick does is he hollows out VHS tapes and then puts hard drives inside of them and makes them into...
Yeah, 'cause I have so many hard drives that I needed a quick way to reference which one was on which.
Super cool to use that movie as a hard drive, though.
Right, it's perfect, right?
Yeah, really smart.
And it's cool because
Thematically.
like the clear part, it's like, okay, it's a picture of Keanu Reeves, but then when you get to his forehead, it's clear, so you see the VHS tape behind it, the yellow VHS.
That's awesome.
It's pretty sweet, man. It's like one of my favorite ones.
I love that man.
I love that man. I love that
love that
Keanu
man.
Reeves.
I was just thinking about how much I like him. No,
Shit.
He's a lovable ass dude.
he's
that's
a
for
lovable.
sure.
I saw The Matrix for the first time recently.
Wait, you hadn't watched it?
I had seen it years ago on TV, but I sat through and watched it as an adult, and I really enjoyed it.
When that movie came out, I was like,
Oh, no,
it was that and
right.
Saving Private Ryan were like the DVDs you buy to have
Oh,
DVDs,
yeah.
you know?
Wait, I think we talked about this.
no, guys, I don't have any pick-me-ups.
Uh-oh.
Pick me up. Well, you saved right before this battle, so if you have to redo it.
Son of a bitch. All right, what
beat
should
him
I do?
out?
Should I do Mario heal Bowser? Yeah, let's do Mario heal Bowser.
You're gonna have to actually think now. You can't go into auto mode. This is a cool place to have a little, like, sensei battle.
Little dojo.
It's a nice looking dojo. Well, fuck. I thought that was gonna be really high, not 44. that spiked.
No.
That spiked mace landed on his face and chomped on him for a little bit. I thought it was gonna be real high damage.
That silver bullet he does instant kill unless you block it, and then if you block it, it leaves
get
you with
one.
one. Yeah.
fucking crazy. What
The first DVDs, was The Matrix? I think we talked about this. Like everyone had that DVD. That was I think it was The Matrix.
Yeah.
Matrix was the first DVD that was like, it came out and everybody had DVD players, and it was like really popular to get it on
yeah,
DVD
I remember.
because you could see all those special effects.
Hey, wait,
too.
Dom,
Yep.
do you remember which one is like the multi-heal? Is that Kirakola?
Like to heal multiple people.
Yeah.
If you select it, it'll
show the fingers.
Yeah, it'll show how many people it's gonna go on.
There, yeah.
Okay.
I had Saving Private Ryan. I remember PlayStation 2 came out. I stayed out. I camped out for that one. Got my PlayStation 2 and got Saving Private Ryan. That was the first thing I watched. That was another DVD that a lot of people had at the time. Because that was like, oh my god, the sound is crazy.
Yeah, well, that was a big production movie at the same time. But
But that's why I wanted to say that, because I watched The Matrix a shit ton because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I haven't watched it recently as an adult, but I was an adult at that time. I was like 16, so like I watched it a shit ton then.
it's so good.
Yeah.
It's really satisfying when you can watch something that was like a cultural phenomenon and have it still hold up, and you can go, wow, I can see why this was such a big deal, you know?
Yeah.
It's so funny the impact that film had.
Yeah, that
Let's
movie,
just say
like, it changed
You
movie
just
making.
did that. You
Yeah.
just fucking made it through that.
The
Yeah,
Matrix
way to
changed
go- way to-
filmmaking.
way
I
to
just
go.
changed Let's Plays.
Yeah,
yeah.
This will be a moment that people will talk. Did you see the Matrix moment
Like-
of Let's Plays where Nick?
They were talking about the Matrix when it happened.
He loves movies and wanted to talk about the Matrix, but he was too focused and didn't get distracted.
That Marioke. You can never keep
That
that. Now go buy your
Marioke.
pick-me-ups. Go buy pick-me-ups.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
before
I'm trying to
you-
like. Oh, I forgot that.
Yeah, I go to the shop store. Oh. That was broken for a second.
Yeah, guys, it's an emulator.
Yeah, we emulating. WeEmu.com. That's our website. So yeah, the Matrix is an awesome movie, though. I mean, like, I remember how mind-blowing it was. It was spoiled, quote-unquote. Seeing everyone's afraid of spoiling nowadays. That movie was spoiled for me before I went to the theater to see it. Brad's trying to spoil this conversation. Fuck off, Brad.
Brad.
We'll take a break in a second. But that movie was actually spoiled for me, and I still went and watched it, and I was like,
It's so mind-blowing. Like that
Yeah.
that sequence where Morpheus kind of like reveals to Neo like the plan of the machines. It's such a great scene. You're just like, oh, what? That's what they did to us.
I know. You know what's cool is watching the Animatrix, the one where it shows what happened.
The Animatrix is fuck. Jesus fucking Christ.
You talk about the Animatrix, and Nick gets a little
The Animatrix is so good. And every one of those stories, first off, I love anthologies.
Yeah.
And that is such a good companion piece to that. Like, movies don't have anything like that anymore.
Yeah, it fleshes out the world so well.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's another movie that is a companion that's animated that's like that. Like, that's such a huge, like, it really explores the worlds. I haven't seen it, but I know I worked at Blockbuster when it came out, so I'm familiar with what it is.
You'll like that one. That's a good Wizard Weed and watch.
Okay, cool. I'm down to watch that.
Cool.
When I saw, coincidentally, I had seen Matrix when I recently watched it. I caught it on TV again, so I just bought the Blu-ray with all three of them. So.
Oh, so you watched it on TV, so you didn't get the part where Neo or Trinity's like, dodge this, motherfucker. They cut that part out.
Oh,
she just
yeah.
says, dodge this. And you're like, You don't get the full impact with the motherfucker.
The American motherfucker, yeah. the most American of curses. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back to ContinueQuest, everyone. You know who we are.
You know us. You just saw us seconds ago.
Yeah.
You got a commercial, and we're back.
The Matrix.
The Animatrix, the Matrix, we were talking about that. The Animatrix is so cool because, especially because of the animators at the time. I mean, it's got the Aeon Flux animators. I feel like there was a Cowboy Bebop animator was involved. I don't think so. I'm not positive, but I feel like maybe. But there's a couple good Japanese animators involved in it. Whoever did the one that explains what happened with the world. You missed your thing. Come back. Whoever did that one, it was fucking awesome animation. And there's a lot of there's a lot of not, I wouldn't say like experimental animation, but there's some ones that have some really cool, like, very disparate styles.
There is that Aeon Flux one. That's like my least favorite one. I don't like that
Is that the
style.
runner?
Yeah.
That's a cool story though.
Yeah. Like, I respect that style. I just don't care for it.
Too long of people.
Yeah, yeah. I guess like proportionally, everybody's kind of like all over the place. They're like spiders. I don't like spiders.
That was one of the cooler stories though.
No, it was a good story. I like the one about the kid.
Yeah.
The kid who comes back and he's the young kid on the Nebuchadnezzar.
Yeah, who dies in the first one?
Rat? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Mouser?
Maybe Mouse.
Yeah. Mouse say dung? Was it?
You guys ever see that? I think it might have two titles, but it's a short that played on like Liquid Television. But it's like a anime short called The Running Man. It's about a guy who races in like a future death race kind of thing, where like it's like high speed F-Zero kind of racers.
Foot races though?
No. It's like car.
Okay.
Yeah, like future cars. And like, it's like, if you race, there's a high chance you're gonna die. But this guy's been racing forever and winning, and he's never crashed. He's never died, obviously.
Yeah.
It's super cool. It's a little bit Blade Runner, like a detective is kind of like, it's either a detective or a journalist is kind of investigating it or finding out about this guy. It's really cool. It's about 10 minutes or so. I think it's called The Running Man. You guys can find it online.
Check that out.
There is a dub of it that's pretty bad. If you can find the subtitle version, watch the subtitles.
Okay. I usually go for subtitles if I'm gonna watch an anime, like, because I mean,
Unless it's a Miyazaki.
yeah, Miyazaki has good voiceovers, and don't get me wrong, I like American voice acting, but I feel like if I'm gonna watch it, I want to get the most authentic version of it. Like I want to get. I like watching. If I'm watching it with Jen or I'm watching it for the first time and I really want to get like pulled in and I don't want to deal with like looking at subtitles. Not that I can't deal with subtitles. I'll watch an American dub, but typically if it's like a movie or something like that, I'll watch the.
Sometimes when I'm feeling a little crazy, I'll put on the dog dub.
Dog dub.
Yeah, it's just everyone's barking.
The DMX dub.
I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna dub an entire film with dog barks.
What you really want, I realized that's actually that's the Ja Rule dub.
What you really want?
No, wait, is that DMX?
Ow. What you really want?
That's Ja Rule. Yeah.
That's Ja Rule.
No,
Wait.
it's DMX.
What y'all really want? Yeah, DM. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You're
Ja
right.
Rule does that too, though, I feel like. Baby girl, but it all man. That's Ja Rule.
Yeah, that Aziz Ansari bit about Ja Rule. Have you seen that one?
it's
Which
so
is
good.
just an excuse to do a really good Ja Rule.
It's all about like Ja Rule's autobiography and stuff.
I feel like he does. That's like a lot. Oh shit! Did he get you? He got you.
You got me.
Oh, he's doing it again. Fuck
oh.
that, dude.
So our friend Jess, she directed Smart Guys. She used to work at like a radio station thing. So she
was that her radio station?
yeah.
No fucking way.
She worked for like a cluster of radio stations, and she filmed
Oh,
DMX
that's right.
rapping.
Film that?
She filmed DMX rapping Rudolph the Red-Nosed
I've
Reindeer.
watched it so many times I didn't
It's
realize that was
so
her.
good.
And,
Yeah.
and she also filmed two of the biggest moments of DMX's career after all of his albums. The other video, which is even more amazing in my opinion, is when he goes on the internet.
Yeah,
Because
he's afraid to go on it.
those happened in the same interview.
Yep. Yeah, so he rapped. First one is he raps.
Wait, what?
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah, there's that one.
Which is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Actually cool. It's funny, but it's like
It's on. I
I'm
put it
like,
on my Christmas list next this year.
Nice. And the second one is, you didn't see that one where they're like, "What, you don't use the internet?" And he's like, "No, I don't like using the internet."
He doesn't like computers.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, "No, yeah, what do you click? What do you click? What do you got? So many buttons. There's all buttons everywhere." And he's like, he doesn't use the internet. He's like, he just is afraid of the computer.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
He's like he's not old. He's a relatively young
Yeah,
guy, but
yeah.
he's just like, he acts like an old man who's like super Luddite. Like he's like, I don't want to use a computer. It's
Well,
real weird.
it's funny because, nowadays that seems so foreign to be like, you don't use a computer? That's weird. But like when computers first came around, they were kind of scary. Like, I mean, even in Mad Men, they kind of show it with, not that this really happened, but how that guy kind of breaks down when
Yeah.
they get a computer. He kind of really doesn't like it,
Yeah, because he's afraid it's gonna take over the world, which is actually a very like.
I mean, that's why there's so much sci-fi about it.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
why The Matrix exists.
Yeah, exactly, man. And it's true though. I mean, like the world will eventually be, most jobs will be taken over by computers. So it's like, he's right, and sci-fi is right. It's just way longer timeline than they expect. But I can see why people are scared of it. And also for DMX, when computers were becoming popular, he was probably a very rich man. And he
Yeah,
probably could
didn't
pay
have to
people
worry about
to
it.
use
Yeah.
a computer for him and never learn,
Yeah.
So I understand kind of where he's coming from with
He did.
that.
Yeah, like being in the middle of like that kind of world change. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like he was pre-computers.
Yep.
He got rich right when computers were becoming a thing where most people were having to use them.
Yeah.
So he didn't have to deal with it, and he's probably like, "Fuck it, I'm not gonna deal. Like, you're gonna look something up for me?
Oh.
Go ahead. I'll have my PA do that.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like where we are. Like, not to that extreme, but like the three of us, like we remember not having computers in our houses and like, only having them at schools or libraries and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I remember going in and being able to play a version of The Uninvited. Do you remember that game?
I remember that game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Nintendo. It's really good on Nintendo. But there was like I don't know what the system was, but there's a computer format
Amiga
version.
or something like
Yeah,
that,
something
probably.
like that I played a lot. I loved that game.
That game was cool. I remember playing that at my cousin's. I think I played the NES version though.
The NES version is far superior, obviously.
Yeah, like we've always had it. We pretty much always had a computer in my house growing up, but I do remember like it's weird because I remember I always used them, but I remember like the usefulness of them not being as like
They were like a novelty.
they were novelty.
Yeah.
Like I just wanted to play video games on it. And the only reason I ever learned how to use a computer was because I wanted to figure out how to play the games on it.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember how stoked I was to play around with MS Paint.
Yeah.
Like I remember being like, "Oh, can we go on your computer and play with MS Paint?"
That's funny.
something
Like I never
did.
got really into. I remember playing around with it, but I never got that into
I printed
it.
out my shit, dude.
on like your
I mean,
dot
yeah,
matrix printer.
I was an artist.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We had one of those at Blockbuster.
The dot matrix.
Yeah, it was
the-
real.
yes.
It was real satisfying to
Rip the sides off.
Rip the sides off.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, oh, that's nice.
And then you rip it off, and then the extra pieces of paper behind it fall away.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you can just
bullshit
rent a
paper.
car. That's the only way you can get
Only
that
way you
now.
can deal with the dot matrix printer.
I went to oddly enough an auto parts place, and they had a dot matrix printer. I was like, wow, you guys think
An
spend
upgrade.
$30 on a printer?
I don't know
The
what to do.
upgrade.
Peach can't attack. Whatever. I was
What,
like,
you had no
Peach.
heals?
She nobody needed to get healed.
You could do like
I thought about like an item or
Magic.
something. Yeah,
Yeah.
but like the only magic I have for her is like a sleepy time thing. I doubt he's like susceptible to sleep. You know.
you could have used an item to boost somebody else's magic or
Yeah.
boost one of their stats. Maybe I don't know if you even have those things though.
Oh my God, he's on fire.
Nice.
Dude, he's so buff. Oh Jesus.
This is a main boss, like a story boss, or is this a side?
He's kind of like a side quest, I think.
But you get something good.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep talking about the stuff we're talking about. Remaining on that theme, you guys saw Ex Machina, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So good.
I loved it.
Yeah,
Speaking
really
of
good
robots taking over the world,
Satchel and I talked about like if like AI and like technological like modifications to like us is like the next step. Like is that like the next human evolution kind of thing where we're like getting technology like integrated into us.
Yeah. That's what like Ray Kurzweil has been saying for forever, is that we're not that far away from eventually expanding our brains to the point where like we can upload, like once we learn how to map the brain, the world is gonna change.
the new flesh.
Yeah, the new flesh. But no, but like once we learn how to map the brain, we'll upload our brains to computers, and then all of our brains will be connected. Like,
Yeah,
that's
dude,
what's gonna happen.
that's
I
why
think
you gotta
it'll be
watch
a long
that.
time.
What's that?
I think it'll be a
we got
long
some
time.
He doesn't think it's that far away. He's been a little off on his predictions, but I mean, he was predicting by like 2020, 2025, like we would have that.
I guess what I think about, and maybe I'm no expert, but it's like the computers are so amazing, but like the human brain is like so amazing that we still don't really know everything about it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, I feel like while we can be impressed by our technology, it's going to be a ways away, but I feel like it could happen, right?
Oh yeah,
The,
definitely.
Yeah, I
they're
think-
working on it. I just read an article about it like a year ago, and like they were making some pretty heavy advancements in it. The way they're doing it now is I think they're slicing the brain. They're trying to remap the brain in like breaking it into very small slices and then like recreating the slices like that or something like. I forget exactly what it was, but they're making some advances. It's gonna take a while, but they'll get there. They'll do it. I mean like. There's way smarter people than us out there figuring that shit out.
Well, if you want to know what it's going to be like with how video games come into play, there's a great movie you can watch called Existence.
You were telling me about that. I still haven't watched it.
David Cronenberg movie.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Wild movie.
That's like a VR thing, right?
It's kind of, but it's like I
Is it
think
more like in the brain it happens?
it's about like that kind of new flesh technology where it's like technology that's like a living organism.
Oh, okay.
And you play it, and it's like an experience that it's kind of like Brain Scan. Remember Brain Scan?
Yeah.
I didn't see that either.
Oh man, I remember we rented Brain Scan. That's a movie about a kid who gets a new video game that's like this virtual reality murder simulator.
Okay.
And he goes and like kills a guy, and he's like, "Oh wow, that was crazy." And then he wakes up and he's like, "It wasn't a game."
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Buy Yoshi cookie.
Are you giving him Yoshi's cookie? What does that do for you? You've got candy?
I don't know. I forgot what it did. I was like, well, let me just try and see what it does.
Oh, 'cause you had nothing to do.
I think it would turn a regular enemy, not a boss, into an item.
Oh,
perhaps.
okay.
That would be my guess based off of what just
Holy
happened.
fuck!
Jesus.
That was cool as hell. That looked cool.
Oh fuck! I should have
That
done.
was a cool death.
Yeah, I should have done like a mushroom, a syrup on Peach to get more magic back. I fucked it up.
You'll get there.
There are quite a few movies about video games, like future video games.
Yeah.
Cloak and Dagger.
I never seen that.
I've never seen it either, but it's
War
an 80s
games?
movies. War games.
Yeah.
There's a movie on Hulu that you can find called Arcade. I don't know what it is, but it's about. The cover is a girl with like a VR unit on her head, and it was like made in the 90s, I think. But it's on my list.
Okay, all right.
But
I feel like VR movies gave VR a bad rap because I think where we're going with VR right now is really cool.
It's not like Lawnmower Man.
No.
Another video game.
Another video game movie. Toys, kind of a video game movie. They have the video game in it, which is basically just Beachhead. Like they're playing Beachhead, which at the time was cool when it came out. Remember that game?
Yeah.
Not a cool game. It's a shitty game.
Well, like that was like one of the first like technological like advanced video games was that battle tank game where it's like all lines, you know.
And it looked cool at the time. But yeah, I think VR got kind of a bad rap because all of these movies were doing it and nobody could do it right. But like that's what I'm excited for is we have all this stuff. Like maybe we'll eventually map the human brain and we'll be able to put our memories. Can you imagine being able to map your human brain and like recover your memories and go relive your memories again? I actually thought of something. This reminds me of something else I thought of that I was like, oh, this would be awesome. I was listening to Led Zeppelin and I was listening to Stairway to Heaven, and like Stairway to Heaven is a dad song and all that stuff. But
well, hold on, real quick. People say it's a dad song. It gets a bad rap because
of that.
A lot of people play it because it's kind of fun to play and it's got these different parts that are faster and softer. It's a good fucking song.
It's a good fucking song. You listen to that album and you're like, I was like listening to it and I got to Stairway to Heaven and I was like, okay, that's the side break. And I was like, can you imagine being 16 years old at the time that came out, going into your room with your new Led Zeppelin record, you're fucking pumped, you smoke a joint, and you sit down, you put that on, and side one ends, and that's what ends on side one, and you're like, holy fuck.
Oh,
like,
dude, yeah.
So, like, I was like, wouldn't it be cool if you could get into, like, a VR simulation where, like, if we had, like, the ability to fuck with the human brain and memory and stuff like that, where you could go into a thing and, like, enter a simulation where your memory is like wiped for a brief period, like maybe
to re-experience something,
to experience a record for the first time. Like I would love to be able to sit down and listen to the Beatles for the first time, and like as if I'd never heard that music before, and just experience it.
See,
like, I would love that.
That's a really interesting idea for like a story, because like you think that it's like one isolated thing, but you have no idea like how your mind kind of connects all these different things. So like to erase the Beatles would like erase like maybe like something you like about like a loved one, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know? I mean, think about how many memories you had tied just to the Beatles song.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. So like that could it's like a Pandora's box that you open up.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting. It would be cool to do that, but you're right. Cool. If you wanted to explore it as a story, it would be really cool too.
As like a temporary dump kind of thing.
Yeah. Brad is saying that we got to end this episode. Brad's a real stinker.
All right, we're gonna start the next episode with Led Zeppelin.
Okay.
Actually, about albums. I want to talk about.
Okay, we'll talk about some albums in a week.
Oh, I think you meant like Led Zeppelin was gonna open.
Oh yeah,
they're gonna open the next.
We'll
be back in a week, guys.